I have a big red lip print on my neck when I come out of there. I don't know where side it's on. Big red lip print on my neck when I come out from behind the bookshelf. And the makeup artist, Trish, was coming over to do the thing, and she's like, oh, I don't want this to look like a fake lip print. And Ruth goes, I'll do it. So that lip print is Ruth Connell. That's the real deal. I got bragging rights. That was so funny. And it was one of those things, I'm not one of those laugh on set guys, because usually, even if something's funny, in the moment, you're focused on doing it right, so you're not necessarily, buried in the comedy of the moment, because if you're focused on the joke, you're missing the joke, if you're a performer. But I could not help but laugh that every time Phil would call action, he'd be like, action! And Ruth would be like, whoo! I mean, the longest, most drawn out. She only had one shoe on, and she'd come stumbling out. Like, oh! And they cut some other stuff. I mean, I wish they had put stuff on the blooper reel that was the aftermath, because it was ridiculous. You know what else I liked in that show? And I know it was stylized, but I really dug this. Phil did this interesting thing. Phil Segrisha directed that episode, and he did that thing where when she's looking at me, you hear her inner thoughts, and when I'm looking at her, you hear my inner thoughts. And those are things we just improvised right then. He literally just said, all right, Ruth, stand next to the camera, and when the camera is panning up and down Rich, just say stuff, talk about him. And I did the same thing about Ruth. Oh, that's funny. I watched the final cut. I'm like, that's really great. Gabriel's gonna get some. I'm glad it was Rowena. I feel that was a good matchup. I feel like they're a cute couple. Am I wrong? I just feel like I thought that was kind of neat. And did you enjoy the sequence?
Of course.
Good. Excellent. Thank you for your question, by the way. She's correct. You?
I'm too short.
Well, you can bend that thing down. There you go.
I can't really see you because you're literal sunshine, I guess. I'm sorry.
Are you hitting on me?
I mean, no comment.
Why, is there a light hitting you in the face and you can't see? Oh.
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of stink. All right, well, sorry.
Yeah, about my question. Sorry. About my question, it was the first question, so I don't really have a question anymore. It was about the new scene, jet ski scene. I was gonna ask how permanent it's gonna be.
The jet ski?
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, honestly, you read a script and you find out they're putting you on a jet ski and you're nuded up and you're gonna be swimming around the water for a while and you go, okay, I'm gonna get pruned, like a little sunburn. But gosh darn it, I'm gonna stay on that jet ski till they tell me to get off. I don't know about how long I'll be jet skiing. But we'll see. We'll see. As long as the jet ski keeps floating and I keep thinking of things to do in the water. I don't know any more things to make up about jet skiing. I gotta be honest, I've painted myself in a corner in terms of my reference. I don't know, but since we can't really talk in detail, but did you enjoy the episode?
Of course.
Good. Are you guys enjoying this season overall? Good. Yeah, I feel an affinity towards the show that has nothing to do with being an actor on it because I now direct the show. And for those who don't know, I now direct the show. And I've directed 5 episodes now, and I did 2 this season. Obviously, we talked about 20, but I did episode 7, which is, I directed both of Osric's episodes. So, I got to work with Osric Chow both times he was in this season, which was fun. But that was when I got to work with Mark Pellegrino and did some really cool scenes with Mark and Misha. So I feel close to the show even when I'm not in it because I'm always following the story because I'm going to be involved in helping tell the story at some point in the season. And I've really dug this season. I think it's been really, really cool. I thought they come up with a really interesting angle, plot twist in this alternate universe that they have, and it's been a cool way to bring characters back that we haven't seen in a while. That's been kind of cool, right? Seen some old faces I haven't seen. So I love it. It's been great. I've really enjoyed having. I think they did it themselves a good job in creating a story that could go a million different ways. In terms of Andrew and Bob came up with a clever idea that opened up a lot of storylines. And I'm sorry that after this question's over, you're going to have to go see an ophthalmologist because the light has burned your corneas, but nonetheless, I do appreciate your question. Thank you, sweetie. You, sir. Oh, whoa, creepy. This must be Adam Fergus, everybody. We decided that what they did was they replaced a very high energy man, Matt Cohen.
With someone very dour.
No, with the Irish Matt Cohen. You are the Irish Matt Cohen. Like you're high energy, fun, apparently a very soulful eyes and an open heart.
So
I hear. So I feel like you're like the guy. You stepped in for me last year. You stepped in for Matt this year.
Yeah.
You're like
stepper inner.
You're the go-to guy, man.
Well, you know what? I've never enjoyed being a substitute my whole life, being a football fan. But if there's two men that I would love to be substitute for, it is
Rob and Matt.
Rob and Matt. You were Rich. Sorry.
Oh.
So I have to explain something.
Okay.
I think Jason Manns, when he walked off stage,
right,
left a little bit of a gap.
Yeah.
And he left the audience wondering what was going on.
He did.
He was just embarrassed because it was you.
Is that what it was?
The king of the MCs.
Oh.
So that was supposed to be a joke.
No, it was great. It was a
crying backstage.
That's not true. He doesn't.
Have you ever seen Jason Manns cry? There's a lot of tears.
He's chiseled from stone. He doesn't cry. It was fun. It was great. It was a wonderful, hilariously awkward moment. It was a win for everybody.
So how we doing, Ron?
Now listen, I know the stage belongs to you. I know this is your stage, but do you mind? I know the gentleman was waiting for, so we're going to answer a question real quick.
Oh, great. I love questions.
Sir, please.
Ciao.
Hi, it's a quick question. I just wanted to ask how it was to act as Loki and how different it was in opposed to Gabriel.
That was fun. That storyline goes a long way back, obviously, to the first 5 seasons when we thought I was Loki out of the gate, and then revealed I was Gabriel. And I'm really glad they decided to tackle that story, to see what the origin story, for lack of a better term, is. If Gabriel has been fooling everybody into thinking he's Loki, where's Loki? How did this happen? All that information. And I think Meredith Glenn, who wrote the episode, did a great job of filling those gaps and making it a logical tie-in to the history of the show and the character. I thought she did a great job. I was really impressed because I take those characters seriously, and as much as an actor, you want to be on the show. You want to be on the show in the right way. You don't want it to erase all the good work and goodwill from your earlier seasons. You want it to be logical in its own sort of story kind of way. That said, then we had this opportunity to take Loki on the screen for the first time, really. And
Tom Hiddleston doesn't have anything on you.
No, he does not. He's a green velour suit, and that's about it. No, I mean it's a different thing. Supernatural has their universe is their own universe, and when Carrie, the costume designer, started talking about the suit she wanted to make for Loki and sort of that vibe, and then I picked the hat, and she picked the suit, and we're like, oh, this guy's dope. And I just thought the idea of Trickster not being funny was the way to go. Could he use tricks? It's like having it's like being an archer. You don't always fire arrows. You only do it when you need it. And I think the Trickster is only that whimsical when he needs to use it to his advantage. So I thought it was an interesting choice to play it a sort of down, slower paced, more intense way. And I talked to the director, and he also loved the idea. So we went that way. The one thing I did that wasn't on the script was I wanted to tie a through line into Loki's love of candy. Because I feel like everything Gabriel had been doing previously were nods to what Loki had taught him. only Gabriel did it in gross fashion. He just, he gorged himself when it should be small. Like, and Gabriel's kind of mishandled all the opportunities he had, which is why he found himself in that predicament to start with. So I had the props department get me that sucker, and I had them build me that sucker case. Which I thought was, I told them what I wanted and what I was looking for, and they brought me the box. I said, that's perfect. I said, if you could line it up, I want it to look like a cigar humidor. I want it to look like he has his selected suckers in this thing, and they are part of him, and he enjoys one after a meal, before bed.
Do you know what that just reminded me of, or made me think of? Wouldn't it be great if we had all the writers just back here on the stage permanently, and then when they come up and they can answer questions as well? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think
they'll do it for free.
They would love to come to cons, man. I mean, and I love their knowledge because, of course, we're basing our information on the limited knowledge we have, where they've done all the research.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of talk, and I'm still waiting for an answer. But at the beginning, when Gabriel plays a kazoo, there's questions like, "Was that a Loudon Swain reference?" I mean, and I don't know if the writer had that. I actually texted her, but she recently had a baby, so she's got bigger fish to fry than answer my text. But I'll find out at some point. But did you enjoy the way Loki played out?
I loved it. It was fantastic, and I hope he returns in some way or another. It was fantastic.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you both for being here.
Absolutely.